So I have no idea if this will work. I tried writing yesterday and it didn't work, which was really upsetting because that's like my thing. That's the whole reason I have a blog about processing like mental health, and I just couldn't process it. And I know that a major component of it is my major mental health. I took 2 days off of work to kind of recenter, figure it out. Go back to square one, maybe? I don't know. It's been a really difficult last couple of weeks. Between Dodger's passing and work being extra stressful and not having any type of gratitude, which is really difficult. But I think the Dodger part might be more of what's been affecting me. I recognize I haven't really done anything to deal with it. And today I decided that after I watched a documentary and ate breakfast, that I need to get out of the house. I was just feeling too antsy and I didn't know what to do next. So I decided to go for a walk. And I literally packed a bag full of things so that if I found somewhere to stop, that I wanted to do things that I could. I'm now in the back section of the neighborhood, and I think I'm running away from things. I'm running away from dealing with the fact that Dodger's passed. I could have tried writing again, but I didn't want to. Because I didn't want to be overwhelmed with those emotions again. The memories of the last time that I saw him. The guilt. The knowing that it's okay to be happy and to move on with life. Having your brain tell you that that's a lie. And if you do it, it means you didn't actually care. Which would make me a terrible person. I thought maybe just talking it out would help. I wanted to talk it out with somebody, but it didn't feel like I had anybody. It doesn't feel like I have anybody. And I also should have packed tissues for this. I know Kevin's there and that he loves me. And I'm sure that this isn't true in any sort of way. But I feel like a problem, an annoyance, like I should be back to normal now, back to figuring out how to be cheerful and happy and figure myself out and balance my depression and overwhelming anxiety with everyday life and totally getting my tan on in the backyard while reading great books. But doing any of that again feels like forgetting him. he should be there, and he's not. And I know he's not. And I know he's not going to be. And I know he's not coming back. But it's not fully registering. It's like it's gotten part of the way through my brain and then it just stops. And like, it can't get past this wall that tells me that all of those things aren't true. And that the only way to know that you truly care, or to know that I truly cared, is to be sad. And it doesn't say how long, but I get the gist that it's forever. And I'm really tired of being this sad. I think this is a depression that's different than the other ones that I have. It's less self-loathing, it's less self-hate. It has a reason, and that reason really hurts. It's just that my depression's kind of grabbed onto it, and there's always a wasp. It's kind of just made it spiral, I guess. And it hurts so bad every day. And it makes other little things unbearable. I can't figure out how to cope. Watching TV and playing video games and reading books don't feel like they're coping to me, but I also don't know what does feel like coping to me. So it's been about 3 weeks, I think. No. It's been almost a month since Dodger passed away. And that day was horrible. I love Dodger so much. I wasn't ready to let him go. But I wouldn't have been ready even if I knew it was coming. I can't remember the last time that I cried that much. Or maybe I can. I think it was when I was in high school. And one of the probably like 3 million times Jared broke up with me. And I know I'm not supposed to compare things, but I think that's such a strange comparison, right? Like, I don't know. It probably wasn't that I was upset to the same level as much as it was like I cried to potentially the same level, because I remember that's the only other time that I can remember my eyes almost being swollen shut when I woke up the next morning. Till Dodger passed. He was such a good puppy. Such a good boy. I'm so glad that I got to spend the time with him. That I did. But of course I wish it was more. You always wish it was more, right? Wish you could give him one more belly rub and give him like a million kisses one more time and give him big hugs one more time. Take him on a walk one more time. I'm glad we were able to give him a good life. I'm glad that he was happy with us. I'm glad that he knew that he was loved and cared for. Even if he did act out, get yelled at from time to time. I think there's also part of me that's scared that if I don't hurt, that I'm not going to remember him. Because my memory is not all that great. And I never want to forget him. So if being sad all the time is what it takes to never forget him, then it's unhealthy to say that it's worth it. But no, saying that was extremely difficult. I'm so glad that I got a work from home job and I got to spend even more time with Dodger than usual. Pandemic also gave her like tons of time with him because we went nowhere but the grocery store and to get prescriptions. I know he loved that. T-shirts can be used as tissues, right? As long as you wash them later. I know when people pass, they say, oh, they would want you to be happy, or they'd want such and such for you, or they'd want you to go and do these things. And it makes sense, because people who knew the person who had passed had to judge their character, the things that they wanted for other people. But it's not as easy to do with a dog. And it feels weird, really weird to do with a dog. For all that said, you know, this right here, this would really upset Dodger. It would have made him really uncomfortable, really unhappy, wouldn't be sure how to act or behave or whatnot. He liked it when people were happy. Like the common sense thing to do is to be happy, because that's what he would want, right? Maybe this is the first step, because this is the longest that I've talked about it, except for maybe the day that it happened, when I was still kind of in shock about it, and I talked to my dad and Carolyn. But the timer on this video says it's over 17 minutes, so I think this wins. Granted, there's been a lot of silent staring off and wiping snot into my shirt, which is super attractive. But maybe this is the first step. Maybe just getting it out in a way where I don't need to see or read back the words. Maybe that's how I need to start the process of healing for this one. Apparently my phone is getting too hot, which is par for the course anytime I make videos outdoors. What Satsu is, I was able to process by writing about that day and how much she meant to me. And it wasn't the same for Dodger. Kevin says probably because he meant more to me. Which kind of sucked, because I really cared about Satsu and I really loved her. But at the same time, he's probably right. Like, we got Dodger for me. He was supposed to be like my mental health pet, to help me through depressive episodes and anxiety, and well, it just turned out that he had just as much anxiety as me, and probably just as many mental problems as me. So, you know, we were buddies, and I guess kind of helped each other through things. People are at the playground, so I'm gonna go. But thanks for listening.